Skip. Nope, that one. Keep me locked in, assholes. I just... All right. Ah, yes, that definitely sounds like what I want to hear. All right. Welcome to a mess. That's right, a huge mess. And if I close that, it closes that. That's what I thought. All right. How do I set this up? This over here. It's fine. No, to the side, please. There we go. It's not what it should say. Restream never updates. It's incorrect. Extremely stupid. Always have to be something stupid. Isn't that right? Always something stupid. Oh, there, good. It did work. It's just that's incorrect. That's all. Gonna make things just a little bit better. Better. I'm just gonna let you hear it through my desktop. I don't care. Turn up a little. I will turn on the overhead light. And we'll look at some white balance. Turn off the display settings. Turn those off for now. Jesus Christ, that's bright. Gonna bring it down for me. All right. We like a little bit less light. That's as low as it goes. All right, I'll be right back with my thing I need. I don't have. So before I got started, sorry about that delay there, just craziness. I was went to get my phone so I could fix the light in here, but also, that's not you, that's you, Bob. Little blue light, too much, maybe green. Do this, bring it down. Probably maybe there. Shh. Hey, stop being rude. It's okay. It's okay, buddy. It's alright. We'll reconnect. We'll fix the problem. Anyway, I ended up feeding the squirrels and the birds and stuff so that the cats could watch them. Hello? What's the matter with you? Why aren't you working? What's the deal, kid? Alright. I'll just wait for that, I guess. Alright, white balance. What do I actually want, though? I don't want the light like that. It hurts. I can turn the other light back on, though. I'm a professional. I know exactly what I'm doing. It's not loading. All right, one moment. Not only is it not loading, it died on a really terrible color, so I'll have to turn it off if I can't fix the damn thing. But I'm gonna give it one more try. Try? Hello. I'm gonna turn off my phone. I'm gonna restart my phone. Maybe that'll fix the problem. So, what was it doing? Let's move this around. Okay, that works. But is this working? Hello? Oh, there's my phone's back on. Look at that. All right, so random things I haven't thought about or worked on in ages. Was this a layer of this? Is this something else? Two things based on the same thing. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about these. Hello. Your eyes hate it? The light? Yeah, I'm working on it. Do you mean like you and me? Hey Vanessa, how are you? Da, 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 da. Yeah, the light is... Please connect to my lights. There we go. Ah, that's better. Let's go like maybe there. That's much better. I feel like that's... My eyes like immediately chilled out. Yeah. There. Dun, dun. Tired, yeah. I just got off work a little while ago. This stuff happened to be with the stuff that I brought in. And I've been goofing off in my books, but I don't remember which ones. Did I do sketching? Barely. Oh yeah, I've got this new foam clay and I want to try... Hello? Hello, where are you? Did it fall? Did I lose it? Oh, there it is. Oh, pass Belinda, you jerk. Come here. So, I got this thing. It's like a reacher. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, you ended up getting some from, Blenders? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Did you take them to the ER or did you just get a call? You've just been up since then? So I was gonna make a monster for the top of this out of like the cosplay clay, and I was gonna make it so that it could just like attach with a attach with like a magnet or something up here so that I can pop it off, or so that it falls off if I'm actually trying to use it for something. I can just take it right off. But this thing isn't actually as good as I would have hoped. It's okay, like it works, but it's kind of unwieldy, and you had to actually like use your own grip strength to hold it from here. So if you had a mobility issue, it would actually kind of be hard to use this. It's fine like if I want to just use it to reach for something, but like you have to be kind of strong and have good mobility to be able to do it. You would not be able to get, like, say if you were in a wheelchair and your arms weren't like super strong, you would have a really hard time getting something down with this from like up, because of the way the reach would be, and having to like hold it with your full arm strength basically. And I'm not weak by any means, so I looked at the reviews of it, and they said the same thing. So I'm thinking about getting a different one that might be better. I've been thinking about seeing if there's a way to engineer one that makes it so that it goes the other way, so it has its own tension, and then to let go of the tension there's just like a torque, like it would be for, I don't know, it's hard to explain without making like a drawing, but basically, you know how some tweezers have, you know, like if you use the tweezer and you have to, you know, you do this and it closes the tweezer, but some of them you hit like this and they open the tweezers, like that, but for the grabbers, like they're naturally closed with their own strength and mechanism. But not too strong, because you don't want to make it like, but maybe with a lock, if you could lock it into place. So that would be nice. So like if you could make it so that you didn't have to use your hand strength and you just had to support it with your arm, and then if you could just, once you get it where you want it, you just lock it into place and you don't have to worry about it grabbing too hard. Yeah, like a vice grip. And then when you pull it, all you have to do is pull, and you don't have to worry about it dropping because you're holding on. Because like, I went around the house and tested with this, because that's the kind of thing that I like to do when I buy stuff that's for mobility, especially because even though I'm not disabled in that way, I sometimes have problems with my hands where I will literally just like throw things across the room. And because I have a bad back, I do need the reacher to get under things for the cats and things like that, you know, because things just go under the couch. And the reason that this is the way it is, I'm sure of it, is because of this feature. So you can fold it down and carry it, kind of. Okay, but because of that, that's the only way, that's the only mechanism you can have here is this one, or the kind that like go the other direction that are for trash people, and they use this action, which I think is actually a more natural extension of your arm than this grip, because if you think about it, you've got your hand on this like grip trigger thing, and you can turn this part, which is fine, but by the time you grab something, right, you've got it extended away from you. I'm gonna grab the kitty scritcher, and I'm actually gonna hold it with my grip strength. So like, this is the kitty scritcher. It doesn't weigh that much. It weighs, I don't know, you can see it doesn't look like it weighs that much, right? But just the extra of me holding it, of like trying to hold on to it that way and like use my grip strength, is actually very hard. And I can't imagine if I needed like something that was glass or something, you know, that was even more slippery than that from a cabinet. Now this feels extremely heavy now because my arm has been holding it for a second. But yeah, I would definitely drop that if I had to hold it for any period of time. Thankfully it's grippy at least. But yeah, if it could hold it on its own and you could lock it into place somehow, you know, and then all you have to use is your strength to get it down. And it would be better if the handle was here, because that's a more natural reach than this. You don't usually hold things like this when you're trying to put strength that's not this way, it's this way when you're grabbing. I wonder if that's been made. I wonder if someone has made that. One moment. I'm pretty sure I could figure out a quick sketch. So I don't forget, because I'll forget later. But I'll see if I can find it. Sometimes when I have an idea, then I can find it later if I think about it. So if there's a handle, and then the gripper part could be here, like a button that like slides into the handle if it was nice, depending on how nice it is. It wouldn't be foldable though, is the only thing. But the thing is, if somebody really needed this, I feel like you wouldn't want too much length here anyway, because if you have to use your own grip strength, the longer it is, the harder it is to like hold. Yeah, and so if there's like some kind of way where, like, say you have a lock here and then you've got the grippers, instead of having the grippers just do that, the grippers actually do this, and it's a spring inside and it holds them closed, so that when you use the mechanism, you can just open them to where you need it, grab onto the thing, and then lock it into place. And then that way you have the reach is, your grip is around it like this, so you can extend your arm instead of your grip being around this, like, basically gun shape, and it being, you know, awkward. And you having to, like, the way that you have to... I'm good at drawing, can you tell? I'm a professional artist. Right, this right here. This is a professional hand, 3 thumbs. Anyway, all right, let's go back. Let's play with this dragon face that I got going on here. It's not exactly a dragon. Do I have any paper in here? Everything's so silly right now. Ooh, what's that? Can I put something there? Nope. Hello. I love jump scaring myself. Oh yeah, I've been working on this kind of stuff lately. It's probably extremely hard to see on my photos I've been taking, but I've been doing these really soft studies. This one's just graphite. I do have paper, sweet. Do I want paper or do I want a piece that I've worked on? This is another one of those soft studies while I'm thinking about it. So this was with one of my handmade paints, and it's got just like very, like a shit ton of texture. Will it, the question is, will it, yeah, there it goes. You can kind of see. And this is another one. I'll just do it this time. Do it the easy way. This is a couple of different textures that I worked on. I'm always trying to come up with like new ways to color textures and like do light and dark and stuff, so you can kind of see the difference of like how soft this is versus like a regular one of my drawings where there isn't even any line in here. I've done it all with eraser and like shading, so it's a lot different. It's fun though. We also played on the back of something. I've been working on this too. This is just some more layers of like watercolor. See, I've been doing stuff. I haven't just been sitting around mucking about. I've been doing stuff. Where is that other page? Oh well, it doesn't matter. Nobody cares, Belinda, shut up. Nobody cares about your experiments in the living room. How about we just do a dragon face on this? That sounds like a thing we could do. I probably could, but that would be extremely boring. Also, video game developers suck. For the most part. I'd rather make textures. I like making textures and backgrounds and stuff. Alright, the first thing I want to do with this is I really want to change the tone. And by tone, I don't mean color. I mean feeling. And I'm going to use some of my really fancy new markers. Actually, you know what? I can't do that. Motherfucker. You know why I can't do that? Because I bet this is watercolor. Let me do a check. And if it is, then I'll have to just, I guess, have flicks on it and then take a test. Then I will get, everything will be fucked up. That's right. Yeah, that's okay. So we'll let that dry and I'll just do a different page. That's fine. Watercolor, watercolor, watercolor. Had to be watercolor. That's not watercolor. I did that during the convention. I also did a piece of art during the convention that somebody immediately took from me, so I don't have it anymore. But it was a raccoon. I made a raccoon. Speaking of raccoons, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Is this... Okay, hold on. That's the wrong link. Yes, it is. That's the wrong link. That's... Look at this. Look at this. Look at this video. At this time, and as you watch, you will start to see baby raccoons, and they will be wrestling, and it is the cutest thing you ever did see. All right, we're gonna start with no vibes. But that's okay. We can start with pencil, maybe. We don't usually start with pencil. And I'm here to remind... You want to see... What? Yeah, I mean, I could absolutely do that. But A, I'm not that guy. I'm not that person. Like, I'm just not. I could probably come up with a design for it and I could problem solve everything, but getting down to... that's my favorite part of art, is the problem solving, which is why you never see me start with a plan. Because once I've solved the problem, the interest for the piece itself is no longer like, I don't want to personally do it, so then like I ended up like just not doing it. I wish that like I could just work for other people, giving them ideas and how to solve their problems, and then I don't have to do the work. That would be my favorite job, because working at the frame shop was kind of that, where I got to figure out a whole bunch of stuff, but then doing it was actually fun because it wasn't for me and it wasn't my art. It was like that person's thing. So it was like the fulfillment of giving it to that person because they wanted it. So like, sure, I could design something, but I don't know that I have the time to like put in like how to program shit, which I do have friends that can do that. And I know people who are electrical engineers, and I should stop thinking about this. I can't do that. Certainly somebody has done this. Certainly somebody has done this, and not only have they done it, they've solved this problem in a way that's cheaper than I could come up with, and faster, probably using like 3D printers. Yeah, like you were saying, but like they've probably already done this. A lot of people have printed a medical equipment. It would be cool though if you could do it so that it was just an extension of your arm, and you just slid your arm through, so that way, you know how when you're holding your arms this way is like how you're the strongest? If there was a way to slide your arm through and actually control it that way, or even just lock it in place that way, then you have the strength from your hand and not your hand and your wrist, but your full arm. Do you know what I mean? If you could do it that way. But then you're getting into like a very big piece of thing that's also going to end up heavy unless you make it with like titanium. And titanium is expensive. You can't really 3D print it. Alright, okay, alright, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm going to get those markers back out now that I know what I can do. Yeah, I bet somebody's not only done that, they've probably done it pretty well. Like some kind of like mobility aid with you can make that way. Motherfucker, please just stop. Just stop it. Okay, cool. This is not calm at all, is it? It's just me freaking out. Bring the lights down just a little bit. I'm sorry if it's a little dark. It's just I can't take it. I can't take the heat. When the going gets tough, the tough gets sweaty. The meat gets sweaty. I put some booze in here, so maybe I did that in Minecraft or whatever. Vibes, doing what I want. I use Hacker Vision for everything, or Deluminate. I have to, like, all the time. I want to do kind of like neutral colors in the background because I don't have a color for this guy that I want to make yet. I don't care. It's gonna be like foam clay. Here's the thing. I keep wanting to get out of designing a puppet because I really don't want to build a puppet, but basically I'm building a puppet now. I don't have to do it that. I don't need to do it. I'm not going to build a puppet. I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to buy one. I'm just going to buy one. I don't want to build one. Let's go sketchy for the background and like make it like super kind of. He's not really a dragon. He's going to be like a maybe an insectosaur or something. Whatever I decide to make on that. You know, I'm not going to. I'm okay. I'm okay at this kind of thing. It's not super. This is the Appalachian Mountains. Just kidding. They aren't that tall anymore, but they are old. Like you might think this marker is, but it certainly isn't. It's very expensive and very new. And very gray. I got watercolors right here, so we're going to be super lazy and I'm going to use what's close to me. And that's these ugly ass handmade watercolors that I paid so much money for that I don't even like that much. I got into one of these things and I was like, I want all natural pigments and I want to just try to use real pigments and I want to make my own watercolors and I want to make my own stuff and I want to try all these people's work and now I'm just like, I don't actually like these that much, so let's just pretend like I didn't say any of that. They're great, wonderful, perfect, the best money I ever spent that I'm probably still paying off for fucking supplies. This is literally just going to be a sketch for my dragon guy. So silly. Some of the colors are pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they're not the amount of money.com I spent on them nice, but they are nice. Jesus Christ. Never again. I will never do that again. Narrator. But she did it next week. And the snow-capped mountains, they say. Alright, that's nice and gloomy and dreary, right? Kind of gloomy colors. Let that dry. And while that's drying, we're going to work out some of the details. Got some more crap, random shit book. Let's see where I can... Back of a page? One of these back of these pages will be fine, probably. What do we got here? This is one of my warm-up books. Technically, the other one's a warm-up book, too. No, I got some on the back of there. What's on this one? What's this? That one. Keep that one, I guess. Yeah, there's some eyeballs. Or whatever it is. Something. All my tests. So, you know what else really pisses me off? I have written so many emails about this, but when I go to a fucking migraine site, I go to a migraine site and they don't have a dark mode. My favorite was going to the Ubrelvy or whatever site, and they had migraine mode and it was worse, and I was like, who is on your staff? Because I will murder them. Like, what is this garbage? It just changed everything to black and white, which like didn't help anything at all. Just made me more angry. don't know what I want to do for the back part yet. If I'm going to do anything, maybe make it kind of serpentine. Make the mouth a little more rounded out, more friendly. Friendly. What if you had like little tiny legs? That would kind of take away from the point of the toy, right? But you know, whatever. I'm allowed to play around. I can do what I want. Oh, did you look at it, Ubrelvi? Yeah, no, it's fucking terrible. There's Ubrelvi and what was the other one that I was trying? I don't know, but I wrote him an email and I was like, hey, fire whoever your website guy is. It's garbage. Not exactly that, but I was basically saying that like they just need to be in dark mode. Like if somebody's coming to their site, they're coming there for a reason, and it's not because they're bored. Why did I grab this brush of all brushes? What the hell? This is a garbage bag. This is a tiny ass little liner brush. It's fine. You know what? I can do what I want. I'm basically in charge. You know? Oh yeah, no, the contrast too is insane. Yeah, it was just white and black, and I was like, how is this migraine mode? Who like, I don't trust your drug if you don't know that like having that as your migraine mode is not helpful. If he has eyebrows, kinda. Oh, this is goofy. Nah, it's terrible. Like, and I was on the mobile side, I think, is where I was, and I was just like, I can't. Because what was happening was I was trying the medicine, right? And it's like $1,000. That's the other thing, right? It's like $1,000 for 10 pills. And my insurance wouldn't cover it. And I was just trying to read about it. And I was supposed to be getting it. And yeah, no, it just didn't. Wow, what the hell? It was like a whole cat mess. What the hell was that? It probably came off of this paper. Don't worry, I'm gonna fix all that with the arm. It'll come out. It'll all come out in the wash. Get it? That was a watercolor joke. Wash. I'm not funny, I know. It's okay. I have other talents, like also being bad at art. Alright, so there's some concept part1.com. Let's do. So I do kind of want like mantis eyes. Originally I thought I might like do some googly eyes because I may have so much googly eyes. That's all. So if we have, I kind of want it almost like a bug face. But then, God, that looks like a deer, doesn't it? Kind of come down here. I wanted to have on this part, and I didn't put that on there, but like it to kind of come up like a dinosaur. You know how like dinosaurs have like the stegosaurus has like these things, which I do love. But what I was thinking is like more of like a tech version of those. Maybe kind of techy, kind of squared off a little. I'm also thinking of the fact that I just want to use like the cosplay foam stuff and how I think that will be easier to do with, it's never gonna happen, Belinda. You're a crazy person. Just shut up. You're not ever gonna make this. Come on. It's just one of those ideas. You have a good idea and you gotta try it, you know? So that's like this kind of, if it was three-dimensional. Like that, or do I want it more like this and then just around the edges and then space in between? That's kind of cool too. I don't know yet. Are these made of calcium? Are these made of cartilage? We don't know. We don't know that much about dinosaurs. They could have looked like that. They could have looked like all kinds of things because we only have their bones and some fat tissue and some feathers. We don't know like how big they were. They could have been puffy. But this is technically not a dinosaur. It's also not anything else. Okay, how are we here? Are we happy? We're gonna do some more sketchies. I'm gonna do one more sketchies on here. This time, let's come this way. So let's do an actual sketch. Make it better. How big do I want to make this head? Do, 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 do. Boop, boop. Do, 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 do. There, right about there maybe. Let's do... Would you believe I didn't go to art school? I'm just kidding. I did. I guess this is not the kind of thing I did in school, though. Okay. So we're going to do kind of a 3/4 look. But this can be the axis. Axis? Is that a word? Hello, Tiff. Now he's got big cute eyes, of course, because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't it go there? Of course it would. I'm being lazy now. You know what? I bought some art. I should show people because it's always nice to buy art, they say. You just have this little tired, just a little popped out like a little mantis. Anyway, I bought this art from this dude, and his art's pretty good. And I was like super impressed by like some of the details and stuff and like how he does his drawings. And then I realized like his art is almost exactly like some of my art, and not in a way that like I recognized immediately. And then all of a sudden I realized like I was talking to him and showing my art, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this and this and this and this and this." And I was like, "Oh shit." And I realized that he just does like a more staunch version of kind of what I do, where he likes to make like nonsensical mechanical things, but he like has an idea for it, whereas I just like suck. Sort of. It's not quite the same. Anyway, so if this is the stick, we're gonna pretend like I built something onto the stick to make the neck go into it, because that only works this way though. Does that work? Like that. It doesn't go sideways, so I guess it has to be, the neck has to go that way. I don't have to do it again. Seems like a work to a point. I have a better idea. I'm gonna do this the way I did it before. This time, look at this. To scale. Look at that bitch. Right along the gums. That's actually why I bought these with pink on the inside. Can you believe that? I just thought it might be easier to just like leave it Okay, so it's going to be at least that big. Because it's going to, like, cover up the whole thing on the outside. Okay, so that's mouth open. Mouth closed. If I do this, that's the mouth closed. Oh my god, this is so hard to do. This is why I didn't do this. Okay. Woo! That was left-handed also? Okay, so the thing is, when it does that, then we do this, and then we come out and around, and hey! And it it actually goes this way. So we're gonna ignore that part. Okay, let's just do... Fuck it! I can do what I want! I'm the boss! The gum's on the grabber. Yeah, exactly. Oh, not you. I can do what I want, I think. This will be a side view, I guess. So we'll do the eyes there. So if it actually goes, yeah, so I did come out a little bit. I have to remember that I did that, so. It has like kind of a... The thing is, I kind of was thinking about letting the magnet stick out, but I'm not sure if I want to do that or not, because then it has to like go around it, and then I would have to make it with something sturdier, like epoxy sculpt on that part. We'll see. I mean, I don't intend to actually like use it as a grabber while I have the face on it. Maybe. This might be too low for that part. Can I do like... Yeah, okay. Do that, and then where do I want the like... weird shapes? Yeah, that won't work that way. Looks like a great big... part will have to be on the part that moves. And then what I thought about doing is make it like go over the edge, so when it comes over the edge of the inside, it won't come over the edge there, but it will there. It could just be like this. And I thought that would be funny if it just had like little dumb teeth. Just inside like this. Eh. So my thought was to like make that part all textured. Man, this is gonna be huge. That's why I wanted to make it out of like the foam clay stuff. It used to be a smaller one, I feel like. So my original idea for this came from dinosaur grabbers, which I do think are very cute. But I thought I would make a strong one, like a big one, you know? I don't know. It does seem like a silly process, but it is fun. Sometimes it's fun to come up with dumb ideas that you shouldn't make, that are also stupid. So I started that little painting. Let's take a look at it. I'm going the wrong way. These are all blanc pages. I'll put something else here. Do you see what I'm doing? You'll ever just shit post on Maine? Hey, I need to message you in a little bit. I will tell you what's going on in a minute. Some shit's going on. We're okay. Everything's okay here though. Oh, I forgot I put vodka in this. I was like, wow, this tastes really bad. This is like the worst one of these I've had. Some G Fuel. Oh. I'll let this dry for just a second. You can listen to the music. I'm gonna message you on Discord. You laughing at me? Yeah, sorry. Let me see what kind of shape my acrylic, whatever's in here. Probably. Is it wet? Yes, it's wet. Okay. This is a This is So Flat from Golden. So Flat acrylic paint. Sometimes I use acrylic gouache and sometimes I use acrylic paint. There's probably some gouache in there though. Knowing me, I probably mixed it together because of who I am as a person. I'm a very idiot person. I'm very lazy. Let's make some ugly green. Ugly brown. Ugly enough for me. But we're not there. That green is turned into nothingville. Let's go here. I'm gonna make it darker because I just remembered it's gonna blend with that white. You know, let me tell you what, I could paint wooden boards all day, every day. If I got paid to do it, I would do it. One of those things you can just kind of like zone out while you're doing if you want to. What a color! Somewhere between diarrhea and vomit. I got them both. Not you. I love you. But not today. Let's do this one. Testing out brushes I haven't used. Darker than that. Oh, look at that. Remember when people were getting cars these colors? Just like diaper poo brown. Like what? Oh no, it's golden. Endless paint. How detailed do I want to make this? Alright, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit. This is what I do, by the way. I just when I do art regularly, this is what I do. I just kind of fuck around with whatever's in my way. Let's talk about, what if he has like little fucked up arms that kind of come out? And he's not even doing anything, he's just going, eh. It's asking for cheese curds. I mean, that seems apt. The baby raccoons keep biting my thumbnail. So I learned a little bit about raccoons. I've learned a shit ton about raccoons. But what I've learned is that they don't see very well. And I thought that might be the case. Just because they're always like standing up at my window and looking in when I walk by, and I couldn't tell if they're like looking at me because they're looking at me, or if they're looking to see if a shadow is coming to see if it's safe. And so my assumption is they're not looking for me necessarily. They're looking to just see if it's safe. They're definitely looking for me if I'm standing at the window, which then they can definitely see me, but they have a hard time seeing, and so they use their paws for everything to like grab, but if they smell food they'll bite it. And so the babies just like kind of bite out at food, which is why I just throw it out at them. I try not to put my hand out there because they'll snatch it out of my fingers with their mouths instead, whereas the adults will like actually come and like take it politely, out of the bowl or whatever. And the babies are still like really, they're just basically, they're just clumsy. See if I can get it to come around where I want it to kind of, I'm going to start building up the texture. There we go. Yeah, it's, well, and I know that their site is bad, because if there's one of the videos that I posted of them and the baby's just throwing food right past its mouth. It's just like grabbing food out of the feeder, and it was like eating the squirrel food, and it's just like throwing it onto its face and past its face, and it's just like throwing half the food behind it. It was the funniest thing. Has to have a flat front just because of how the thing works. That doesn't mean I can't sculpt it. I'm trying to think the way I sculpt when I'm painting right now, which is why I've been working on doing all of that softness. There's always a reason for like all the things that I work on usually, but I've been trying to figure out just a way to get the way that I work on paper, the way that I work in 3D, so that when I start like designing things, I can do it the same way. Instead of like just drawing what I want and then working it, I can build it up how I would normally do it if I was actually doing sculpture. Put the pieces on and then shape them, instead of knowing exactly what I want when I start. Does that make sense? Just like work with it until I get the vibe I'm looking for. Anyway, they really like the dog treats. I got little mini dog treats for them because I want to make it so that like I'm not always feeding them. But if they come by, I want to give them a treat even if I'm not giving them food, just to give them something because they come by. Kids, the babies tend to like just want to chill out here. Even if there's not food, like if they're not hungry or whatever, they'll just hang out. And I'm totally down for that because it's fun to like watch them wrestling around. And this is kind of an awkward painting, but I'm not doing it the way I normally would. And I'm not trying to like force it to be exactly what I'm looking for. Just kind of playing with it until I get, because like that's like one thing about maybe just ADHD, but like also just like artists in general. I feel like when you have a really like stiff idea in your head and then you start working on it and it doesn't work out, it becomes a lot harder to keep working on it because you don't think that like it's worth it if it doesn't end up exactly how you think, even if it ends up good. And so as an artist, I've tried to step away from that a little bit. And instead of having these like, and I always talk about these like fully thought out plans, instead of having one plan, I just try to come up with like 6 or 7 different ideas. And in that way, I'm not married to just like one concept. I'm not married to just one idea, so that when it goes wrong, or if it goes wrong, or if things just don't go the way that I kind of expected or hoped, then I don't mind. I don't mind because I have other ideas I can pull from. I have other, thought processes. And usually what I find is that when I'm working on something like this, where it's like I have kind of an idea, but it's not too rigid. If it's not too rigid, then whatever I come up with now is going to be better than any idea that I had, because right now is the time I'm being more creative. With the time that I'm coming up with the project or coming up with the idea, I'm not being as creative because I'm just trying to solve a problem. Right now, I'm not trying to solve a problem. I'm just playing. And the more that I'm able to play naturally, the better, the more fun I'm going to have with the design. And so it's a lot harder, when I'm coming up for something for, say, like if somebody wants I'm going to put some textures back into that. So it's like, that's I think why, it's so hard for me to do custom work that other people want, because once I have an idea of what they want, I can come up with an idea, but then if it's not perfect, I just will not do it. And I can't force myself to do it because I just feel like it's not going to be good enough or whatever. Honestly, I don't really know how other artists manage that, like, feeling. Because I can come up with good stuff as long as I'm not trying to. For the most part. basically a little gecko. Like his eyes are sunken in. He's very tired. He's had a rough day. Is my head in the way again? Do I do that? No, it's not too bad. I do that a lot. I get in too close. I'm trying to loosen this up a little. Then I'll let that dry and come back to it. Beep. I don't know. It's fine, I guess. Past Belinda, thanks for the soapy water. You're smarter than me. Oh, my hip is hurting really bad. I just wanted to have a normal morning. Just have a little fun doing some painting. This is not bossa nova. This is smooth jazz. How? You tricked me. I'm not allowed. That's rude. You know what this song reminds me a little bit of? Leisure Suit Larry. Not sure why. It's the same song. The what? The what? What did the what? What was the context? I might make that eye bigger again. Who? The what, the who, the what, the who. I don't know what you mean. I don't remember anything about what I said to make you say that. 'Cause there's vodka in my drink. I like the little peepers, but I kind of want to make them bigger again. A little cuter. It's too close to that other one though. I'll have to close it up. Oh, my hip. Bring that down a little. Take that out a little. Just keep changing it. Keep changing the vibe until I have one that I like. Da, 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 da. Texture. Oh, the song was the same song. Is that what you were asking? Ba-deedle doodle dum, da dum 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 dum. So sometimes when things are weird, I don't have that many memories, you know, like that I can like really remember. But there's one memory that is like super vivid in my mind. And that's when my mom and her husband were in a really abusive relationship, and she decided to leave him at some point and come back to America. And I remember when that happened, she pulled me out of school, me and my sister. No, me and my... God. Yeah, it must have been my sister. Yeah, me and my sister. And then took us to the airport, and I remember she was on the phone the whole night fighting with her husband at the time, who she was leaving, who she went back to, by the way. And we were at the airport at one of the hotel rooms, and I remember it was raining like crazy. And I remember at another point that there was a delay, like a flight delay. And we were in the main part of the airport for a really long time, and I just remember it being like huge and like really overwhelming. But I remember that on the main like television, they had like a big TV you could watch in the like waiting area. They were showing Alf. I remember that very vividly. It's an episode of Alf. And I just remember like watching that and just being comforted by the fact that there was something that I recognized in front of me for the first time in like several hours. Because I liked that show when I was a kid. Gordon Shumway. And now there's a story, you know, that it's weird because it's like it's not like a full story, right? It's like a fragment of something that happened that I don't know the full story of anyway. And now I don't get to remember. I remember one friend from that school maybe, and I remember one classroom. But then we came to Indiana, and it was like super fucking bad. My mom ended up getting back together with him, and I ended up living with my dad. That rhymed. Let's come this way with it instead. Bring it down, but from over here. Yeah. A little sleepy guy. Did you get my message, Tiff? Yeah, just pieces of the moment, but also like just the urgency of it. Because I remember just like knowing things were bad, because it was always bad, right? Like there was always like abuse and screaming and strangling and whatever else was going on at the time, cheating, and just it was just like turmoil all the time. I hated it. And my stepdad really, really hated me because it's a long story, but basically he hated my dad. And my mom knew it, which is why she married him in the first place, was to piss my dad off. Because that's what kind of person she is. Anyway, so I just remember thinking that we were like escaping, and like we went to like live with my aunt for a while. I don't remember the flight because that was probably too much trauma for me to like remember, but I just remember being in that airport. And sometimes like when things are like super stressful, for some reason I think of that place. Or when there's like a big change. I like this. Let's bring that out the rest of the way. Just kind of do that maybe. Like, yeah, like an old man now, you sleepy old man. Bring it in just a little over here. I think that's one of the reasons I just remember so few things from back then anyways, because the only things that I do remember were times where like I was trying to get to safety or something really bad was happening, you know, like where it's like maybe I learned something from it. I don't know. Brains are weird that way. So I tend to remember a whole lot of bad stuff and almost nothing else. One reason I'm not super keen to go in the memory recovery stuff, you know. Some of it maybe even worse. It's more insecty now. That's kind of cool. Isn't that how crazy, like, you can just completely change the shape of something just by, like, pushing and pulling on the lines a little bit? It's kind of wild to me, I think. It's pretty crazy how it works. This paint has a weird texture right now that I'm working with just because of the fact that it's like, it's been kind of sitting for a while. Which is one of the reasons I'm working with it in my warm-up book and not on a nice painting. These are the same textures I've been kind of working with when I've been doing my little practices. Move the focal point forward for each one of those little bump things. Goofy arms. Trying to make it more abstract towards that direction. Not as perfect. This is probably creepy enough, to be honest. I should probably take a look at what's going on out here. Let's take a look. Need to match those into that here. Do some dark and some bright. It's better. Just for fun, I'll do a little bit of lines and then I will be done. And I'll go take a break, I think. Well, let's come closer. There we go. I don't know if you can see that better or not. Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Like I said, this is the kind of thing I do, and I'm just usually chilling and not trying to do anything super specific. The scruff, yeah, it's cute. This part, yeah. Looks like a puppet, doesn't it? Alright, I think I'm just about done for real. Just having fun. Alright. I'm done. I'll be done. Finish messing with it. I'm gonna take a break. Give my hips a little break. Go do something else for a while. Probably be back a little later. This is my day off, so... Sorry that was loud. Probably. I did what I set out to do. Just play around a little bit. That's all I really wanted to do. Didn't finish that, but that's okay. That's kind of the point. That's the point, is that I didn't finish it. Just closed it up. Decided not to use it. D&D? Oh, it sounds good. I hope you have fun. Take that and put it there. Take that and put it there. That and put it there. Thank you. There, actually. See, there's another bug. I like making monsters, okay? Alright. Have a good day, my friends. I'll see you later, I hope. You have a good day.